Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So welcome to another market open stream. Today, let's talk about Bitcoin whales on a frenzy. Buying frenzy ahead of the next major catalyst. And I think you guys know what major catalyst, actually there's a few of them that's coming up. So let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin, how one whale continues to keep on buying all of our Bitcoin, and let's talk about what's going on with several L2s that are pumping today. All right, let's do this. Welcome, guys. I still don't have my market bell. I forgot. I gotta bring it over. So no ring. Just pretend like ding, ding, ding. Pretend like I'm ringing it. Bitcoin is off to a better start than last night, around 43,000, right? Last night was a little bit lower, but overall, Bitcoin didn't really move. We had a little slight dip, a bump in the road, and today we're recovering, and the entire market is recovering as well. There's several L2s that are pumping today in a big way, right? But what's going on with Bitcoin? Let's look at it first. Well, there are three metrics that say a fresh move is imminent. You know, even we didn't have any metrics to say that a fresh move is imminent. We know a move is imminent because we're what? Less than 2 weeks away from spot Bitcoin ETF approval. I mean, you don't need metrics. You don't need charts to tell you that that's a major catalyst for imminent movement, right? And we know that's coming already. But outside of that, you know, what did the charts say? Well, here are a couple of them. This is the Bollinger Bands, you know, showing Bitcoin being squeezed. Last time Bitcoin was being squeezed, it shot up, okay? And now we're being squeezed again. Does that mean we're going to shoot one way or another? It's kind of like squeezing something until it explodes, right? That's what the Bollinger Bands is showing with Bitcoin, and we are getting ready. We've been consolidating, going sideways around this 43, 44 mark for a long time now. It's just a matter of time before we get squeezed up to $48,000, which is what most people think we are heading to next. And by the end of the year, we still have a few more days. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 4 days left. 4 days left. Can Bitcoin squeeze to 48,000 in short order? Anything is possible. Ending at the year, $48,000, $50,000 would be absolutely fantastic. Now, on a longer term scale. So basically, Peter Brandt, he is a trader, and he's looking at the monthly RSI, because a lot of people may be thinking that, well, maybe Bitcoin is overbought. Maybe it's been too hot this year, right? Well, according to Peter, according to the monthly chart, no, we are not hot. We're nowhere near hot. In fact, this is the point when Bitcoin starts getting hot if we look at previous cycles. Okay, so for people that think, we're going to top out by the halving event or whatever, think again. I don't know if anyone's thinking that anymore. I don't know if there are any bears left at this point. maybe there still is, but we are just getting started. Just wait until SPY ETF approvals, wait until the halving event happens, and then wait until we get some cuts, interest rate cuts that happen in 2024. And that's all within the first 6 months of the year, guys. That's the first half, not the second half. We really don't have much time to wait. We really don't. And in the meantime, Tether is preparing, mints another $1 billion worth of USDT. The reason to replenish inventory. You know why? Because these whales are on a frenzy, a buying frenzy right now. What they do is they go to Tether and say, hey, I need $1 billion USDT because I'm getting ready to buy. Right? That's exactly what's happening. 1 billion is not a whole lot anymore. We're so used to multi-billions in crypto. But if you think about it, $1 billion is quite a lot, right? And these whales keep on doing it. It seems like almost every single week now. I cover these headlines. These are new headlines like every single day. They're not a repeat from, 6 months ago. You got all these whales that continue to buy and buy and buy and buy, right? Look at this headline, Bitcoin holders at all-time high. Yes. And if you look at how much Bitcoin is being held for a certain amount of time, like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, all-time high, right? But then you just got a lot of Bitcoin whales that's accumulating. You got 2 whales that accumulated 19,000 Bitcoins within a very short amount of time, right? All these guys are buying up all of our Bitcoin. Short term, that's great. We want to see Bitcoin go up to the moon. But long term, if you're trying to DCA long term, you're a long-term investor, it's not so good to let these guys take away all your Bitcoin. You don't want that. You want some to yourselves, right? That's why when the ultra whale, Michael Saylor, buys another $615 million worth of Bitcoin, that's around 15,000, close to it, right? Short term, everyone's cheering. Yes, yes. Bitcoin Jesus, the new Bitcoin Jesus, Saylor bought more Bitcoin. Yes. Now he holds 189,150 Bitcoin. Yes, this is awesome, right? Well, is it really when you have big whales, big institutions buying all these Bitcoins, that means there's just less to go around for you and I and everyone else, right? That's the thing. Everyone thinks that Bitcoin has an infinite supply. It doesn't. Over 95% have been mined. There's only 5% left to be shared to the world forever. And what exists. And guys like Saylor keep buying more and more and more and more and more and more. It's kind of crazy if you think about it, right? So short term, yes, everyone wants to see Saylor and everyone else and these whales buy as many Bitcoin as they can, right? But long term, realize that there aren't that much to go around. Here's world's top 10 Bitcoin holders. You still have Satoshi holding 1.1 million Bitcoin. That has not moved at all since the beginning, right? Binance holds 643,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot. Now, the thing is, Binance and Grayscale, they're pretty close, 643, 630. But most of that belongs to the people. It's not that they hold that many. They're holding it for the people. Now, they both themselves hold substantial amounts, but we don't know how much, right? That's why they're up there. Then you got the U.S. government. They confiscated from Silk Road. Will they dump that at some point, or will they keep that? Maybe. China also has close to 200,000. Same thing. They confiscated it. Okay, so whether both governments keep it, maybe it's a game of chess, right? You know how all countries are holding on gold and hoarding gold? Maybe that's the reason why they haven't sold off the Bitcoin, because they're not stupid. They're like, yeah, US has 200,000. Maybe we should keep our 990,000 just in case. We got Mt. Gox, that's 200,000. That's a little high. It's like 130,000. Again, they have to redistribute that, so it's not just them. Then you got another exchange, Bitfinex at 196. Then this has a outdated MicroStrategy 152, but it's at 189,000, right? Then you got Block One and Robinhood. Again, Robinhood does not belong to them. It belongs to the people. Block One, I think it does belong to them, but that's the treasury of EOS. So if you think about it, as an entity, MicroStrategy is number one on the list, right? Because even though there are some that's more to MicroStrategy, but they belong to people. It's just like they're the custodians holding it. But outside of Satoshi, who's an individual, and obviously no one knows who he or she or they are, it's MicroStrategy, you know? They're the biggest Bitcoin holder. They're the biggest entity out there. That's kind of amazing. And the way Saylor is going, you know, MicroStrategy stock is going up so much, so he's probably selling stock to buy more Bitcoin. The way he's going, one day, he may even surpass Satoshi Nakamoto. He may have more than 1.1 million Bitcoin. Yeah, just take a second and think about that. That's a lot. That's a lot. Anyways, what else is going on? Since we just had Christmas, okay, Christmas is 2023. If you look at the previous cycle, actually 2 cycles ago, so we're really mimicking the 2016 cycle. A lot of people have said that before. It makes a lot of sense. But if you look at, hey, Christmas of 2022, that's when Bitcoin bottomed out around $160. Then the next Christmas, it went higher. Next Christmas, it went higher. And then the last Christmas in 2017 is where we ended up at peak, right? 20,000, a little bit less than 20,000. So we're moving the same way. Christmas week of 2022, that was our bottom. This Christmas, 2023, hey, we were at like 44,000, right? Where is Christmas going to be next year this time around? Are we going to be at 100,000 already? Maybe even higher? Maybe we end the year at 150,000 next year? And then we still have one more Christmas to look forward to in 2025. And that's when Bitcoin could be at 250, 300,000, 500,000, wherever it may be, right? But we're mimicking the past. So it looks pretty darn good. And then lastly, according to Willy Woo, right, looking at realized cap, basically the realized value of Bitcoin, okay, based on how much like the new money versus old money and the network flows. And there's a lot of little things that you can look at. But basically, right now, what it shows is money is flowing in and staying in, and that's why Bitcoin is so strong. That's why Bitcoin is so strong. We may dip, but we don't have those catastrophic drops that we have seen before, even in bull runs. I showed it last night. It's pretty natural for Bitcoin to fall 20%, 25%, 30%, 35%, even 40% in bull runs. Yes, in bull runs. Imagine we had a 40% dip right now. All the bears will come out and say, well, yeah, look at it. I told you so. Bitcoin's going to go down and form a new low, right? A 40% drop from where we are, if you think about it, is pretty catastrophic. But the thing is, it happens all the times, multiple times during bull runs. So in 2024 and 2025, can we see a 30% and 40% drop? It's a possibility. It's going to scare the bejesus out of people, but it's a possibility. Right now, we're not seeing anything like that. We see like a 5% drop and, people become uneasy. But, man, it just shows you the difference between this run and previous runs, how strong it's been so far versus prior runs. It's actually really amazing. You guys have no clue, if you haven't lived through previous runs, how easy it is this recovery versus previous recoveries. It's really, really tame, much easier than before. All right, now outside of Bitcoin, what else is going on? Well, ETH, in case you're a ETH lover, no one is asking about ETH, by the way. Not one person in live chat with 4,000 people, not one person asked about ETH, but I'm going to talk about it anyways because it relates to what else I want to talk about. Well, ETH right now, Ethereum, we know is very stagnant, okay? And they have a problem with scaling. They've had this problem for years, okay? But maybe we will get a I don't know, resolution. But I don't think it's coming anytime soon. But in Q1 of next year, Ethereum will finalize its Cancun upgrade, okay, which will introduce proto-dank sharding. That's a unique name. But anyways, Vitalik's been talking about sharding since 2018. Okay, he's been talking about sharding for a while. And it's a way to break up data and a way to process data in silos rather than have the entire network verify a transaction, right? That's why it's so darn slow. He's been talking about for years. And if this Cancun upgrade is successful, it could scale Ethereum up to 100,000 TPS, transactions per second, which would be amazing, okay? Because all the other ones, the fancy L1s and L2s, you know, some of them claim 100,000, some are not even there, like a few thousand here or there, but that's still light years better than the 30 that ETH can process right now per second, which is just very old and ancient, okay? It is really like dial-up at this point versus broadband, you know, with everything else, right? So we'll see. I don't think it's going to be done in Q1 in 2024. So I think what they mean is finalize is basically write up all the things that they need to do, and then they're going to take the next 2 years or 3 years or 4 years to implement it. But by then it may be too late. It can't be implemented that long, right? But if they can implement a short order in 2024 somehow and make Ethereum scale, then they will become the dominant powerhouse once again, and the chain that everyone wants to be on, and the chain that everyone wants to thrive with, right? But that's simply not happening. And it's not happening right now. Just take a look at this. You know, this is the gas fees, and you could see that the huge difference between Ethereum right now, right? And then you got a lot of the L2s. You got Starknet, which isn't very popular right now, but you got Optimism, who is skyrocketing today. You got Arbitrum, who's skyrocketing. You got Polygon, who's skyrocketing, and ZK Sync, who's not skyrocketing because they don't have a coin yet, right? But you could see how they're just so much cheaper now, okay? But there is a new EIP improvement that's part of Cancun that's supposed to drop the cost of all these chains except Ethereum, which I'm not even a programmer. I don't even get how that works, that an Ethereum improvement protocol doesn't actually improve gas fees, but it helps all the L2s get even cheaper. So yeah, so what does that mean? It's going to make the L2s even more appealing and more strong against Ethereum, right? So, I don't know. I just found that to be funny. I don't quite get it, but you know, it's part of the Cancun upgrade and they have to do it to scale. But in the meantime, enjoy your gains. If you're an Optimism holder, Optimism is really, really, really strong. Today, up 21%. To 3.6 billion. They are just, they're winning the L2 war right now. They're way ahead of Arbitrum. But still, you look at Arbitrum, they're still up 11% today, right? Arbitrum and Optimism, their TVL is blowing up right now. Blowing up, just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. And last night I covered about Polygon. Let's not forget Polygon is a L2. It's a L1, L2. They're in a really weird situation, but regardless, they're above $1. They're up 19%. So yesterday's climb, they continued it, right? Polygon is above $10 billion. I told you guys about Polygon. Sometimes it's slow. Don't give up on Polygon. It's still one of my favorites, right? And I'm glad to see it get some love today and yesterday. But all these L2s are exploding, right? So if you haven't picked it up yet, L2s and L1s are all very, very strong right now, okay? And that's because you got a lot of dApp makers. You got a lot of DeFi, games, social, memes, all these new dApps are coming aboard, and they're not choosing ETH. They're choosing an L1 like Solana or Avalanche or Immutable, or they're choosing an L2 like Polygon, Optimism, Arbitrum. No one is launching on ETH right now. I hate to say it, but that's the harsh reality because there are so many options. And a lot of these ecosystems are thriving now. So that's why they're so strong. So again, until Ethereum could scale completely and get that out of the way, and no users no longer have to worry about congestion or high gas fees, these L2s and L1s will continue to thrive for sure. And then lastly, I saw this. Cathie Wood doing an interview on CNBC talking about none other than Solana. So let's listen to this real quick.
Smart contracts are going to grow in importance as decentralized finance continues to develop momentum. And both of those are smart contract networks. Each of them has benefits and some trade-offs, but we think both are winners. And to have watched Solana after last year's controversy with FTX being such a big supporter of Solana, and to watch the developers stick with Solana is speaks volumes to us. I always say follow the developers, and they certainly stuck with Solana, and they are also scaling in terms of Ethereum as well. So we think those are two powerful networks in the decentralized finance space, and we also think that this notion of DeFi, decentralized finance, that if people just start looking at it and thinking about it as simply the internet financial system. The internet in the early days was never conceived of as hosting commerce or financial services. And so developers back then didn't build in that capability. All that's happening now with Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana is developers are building in native currencies and much more streamlined, fewer intermediaries, streamlined ways of dealing in the financial system. Much more efficient, much more productive, just like the internet itself.
There you go. Cathie Wood is bullish on Bitcoin and Solana. And her argument is the developers. And it's true. There's a lot of developers on Solana right now. So that's good. That's good. All right. Bitcoin's above 43,000. The entire market cap. I don't know if you guys noticed, but even with Bitcoin being down $1,000 from 44,000, the entire market cap is up. Did you guys notice that? So we are actually rallying right now, even though Bitcoin is taking a breather. Bitcoin dominance has come down. We were as high as 53% at one point. We dropped to 52%, 51%. Now it's at 50.2%, right? So market's hot right now. Market is hot. All right, let's do some Q&A. That's an awesome name. Odom Air Heating and Cooling LLC, Tim Oldham. Did you really have to make your YouTube name that long? Holding Litecoin a long time and never moved. Should I dump it? I can't answer that for you, but I can say I don't know why you're holding Litecoin over Bitcoin. There's no good reason for that. All right, let me see. I'll scroll up here. Let's see. I will not fade Vitalik. Good. Good for you. Let's see. SG. Wrecked by my... I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Smartest thing she's ever said, follow the developers. Well, I don't disagree, Scott. Let's see here. What else is there? Do you recommend crypto mining stocks? You know what? They're not bad. But if you want a winner, you just go with Coinbase. Like, look at Coinbase. 183 up 6.7%, 52-week high. I've been saying this for months now. Months. If you believe in Bitcoin, you believe in crypto, why would you not be buying Coinbase if you're a stock investor? Just put two and two together. Who benefits the most as Bitcoin and crypto gets hotter in 2024, as the users come in, as the fees start going up? Who makes the most money? Coinbase, at least in the US, they are going to skyrocket in 2024. Okay, so if you're a stock investor, if you want to buy some Bitcoin related stocks, you have to look at Coinbase. Man, my camera is so faded out. Let me see if I can adjust it. That make a difference? No. Anyways, I'll have to adjust that later. But yeah, so rather than buy stocks on, mining stocks, I would just go straight for Coinbase. Or I'm sure MicroStrategy's up too. Let's see. Are you going to UFC 300 in Vegas? I don't know. I might be in UFC 297 in Mexico City because Karate Combat is thinking about going there too. So I don't know. But UFC, I think people that haven't attended a UFC event should really do it. It's just an amazing atmosphere. It really is. And at T-Mobile Stadium, their seats are so comfortable. Unlike like a lot of stadium seats are very uncomfortable. The ones in T-Mobile Stadium are actually really comfortable. Abshik, I bought Optimism. Should I have Arbitrum in my portfolio? I don't have any money left to buy. Well, that answers your question. If you have no more money to buy, then don't buy. But Optimism, I think you're holding the good one between the two. Lazaro says, good morning. I always DCA very hard every dip. I feel bad I didn't do it in this one because all I have was 2K and I didn't want to stay. That's fine, man. You don't have to DCA hard after every dip. Okay? It's fine. Turbo, not a fan of Turbo. Some AI generated meme coin. It's the past. Zero cool. Happy holidays. Man, got almost 5,000 people tuned in today. Welcome, guys. Too bad this camera quality sucks. I gotta get a better side camera. My main camera looks awesome, especially with the lighting in here. But this one, it's just I gotta fix it or replace it. Check out Legends of Uluma. The game is live, early state. It's a fun game no one knows about. Zero, I'm okay. To be honest, I told you this before. I'm not a big gamer, so I don't know if I'm gonna check that out, to be honest. But thanks for bringing it up. NHL and the UFCs are the best events ever. I have never attended an NHL event. I have been to a few basketball events, and I don't know, not playoff stuff. So I don't know. The excitement on a normal game just not quite there. Aleem sent a huge super chat. First one, Aleem Hassanov. Thank you, my man. What do you think about Harmony? Trash. Skip. Shown. Thanks for video. Basketball court looks nice. Thank you. Although I'm still under the weather, so I haven't really spent that much time in it, but I will in the future for sure. Do I like Kava? I think Kava, I'm neutral on Kava, but seeing how all the Cosmos chains are pumping, let's see if Cosmos itself is. Cosmos itself is not, but like we have Injective, Celestia last night. I covered about C. C was also pumping. They cooled off a little bit, but last night they were up like 20%. Like all the Cosmos L1s are doing well. Okay, not are doing well. Kava is already at $1 billion, so they can continue to do well too. What about this Ripple fake ad? Why this thing keeps showing? Report it, man. Some YouTube scam account is playing it, so just hit that report button. Radium crash. Is it really crashing? It's down 9%. That's not a real crash. Okay. So last 7 days, up 65%. Okay. Until the last week shows this down like 30%, that's a crash. A 1 day down is not a crash. So just chill. Just chill. Gone is pumping, number 1 on Polygon. I showed that last night. I said Gone is moving. Oh, man. It almost doubled since last night. Last night when I was showing it, it was still at under 5 million. It was like 4.7. Now it's 8.7. Might have to FOMO in on this one. Under 10 million, still goodbye. But, you know, it could just dump down. Like, look at Anal OS. That dumped down even though it seemed like it was go head to 1 billion in market cap. You just don't know sometimes. Neon EVM. I don't really have any thoughts on them. I forgot. Isn't there some chain that came out with it? It's on Solana, right? 181. Aren't they a Solana-based project? Or no? Yeah. The most scalable and cost-efficient EVM with direct access to Solana liquidity. So they combine both, basically. Yeah, I looked at this the other day. Got to do more research into it. But could be a winner. It's already listed on several sexes out there. Up 33%. About to swap 10K XRP. Should I go at AVAX or Sol? If I was doing it, I would split it into half. These are both down about the same percent. Right? Down about 4%. Let's go. You can't go wrong splitting at 50-50. Midas is pumping. Do you know why? No, not a project I follow, really, to be honest. Been a big fan. Friend on Tap Tools, Ada, also on CoinGecko. Not showing up. Is it Friend Coin? Friend Nation? I don't know which one. Friend Nation? Is it? Is this it? No. This one, Friend? Down 20. Why do you want to show me something that's down 21%? If you're looking for a Cardano meme, okay, you just go with SNEC. SNEC has been holding very well. They're like still 100 and something market cap, 120 or 110. They're not too big yet, and they are very strong with a huge community. So it's not too late to get into SNEC. But Friend is just like dumped down, you know. And I don't know anything about them, so that's a pretty big drop. That's a 50% drop. They're coming up a little bit, but still, I would just go with SNEC. I'm not going to check PP on Cardano. What's your opinion on Ethereum Classic? Garbage. That's no utility. I mean, there's no use case for it. It's just they don't know what their future is. Even Charles Hoskinson gave up on them. I don't know what's going on with them. Can Optimism hit a 60 billion market cap in 2024? I don't know. It's a very weird question to be asking. Why 60 million or billion? Less than 20x. Can it happen? Yeah. I think anything within 10 to 15x is real possible. Outside of 15x to 20x for some of these bigger mid caps, is it possible? Yeah. The percentage probably like less than 50%, but still, I'd say I'm just guessing this, purely guessing, like 25% chance that Optimism will hit 60 billion in the coming bull, at the end of the bull run. DJ, obviously you have not been watching for a while. I said I gave up on Kimball because supposedly they told people that they can't stop the bots from dumping them. And Cock just went down because the market went down. And you know, you've been watching long enough. Don't at me, man. Can you check when? When token? Doesn't even show up. How much do you think the pending ETF approvals are already baked in the price of BTC? Very little. Almost 0%. The reason being, no one could predict how much money ETFs will bring in. No one could predict it. People could think, okay, let's go bring in 5 billion the first week or 10 billion the first week. But what about the second week, the fifth week, you know, the fifth months? Could have brought in $10 trillion by the fifth or sixth or, 12 months, right? No one could predict that. Too many people trying to pump Friend right now. You guys don't need to pump Friend. Just go pump SNEC. At 134 million. Ooh, they got listed on Gate. I helped them with that, by the way. They've been working with them for a long time. Gate is actually pretty, I never use them, but they're like considered a pretty solid tier 2 exchange. When is Bonk going to come back up? All Solana stuff came down yesterday. Solana, Bonk, Radium, ANOLS, they all went down. I think Solana is due for a breather, which is fine because it's been so hot. Someone else pointed this out. If you look at a daily chart, stochastic and RSI both topped out. It'll probably come back down like right around here, about the 50s, and then it'll reset and go. Now, as for whether or not Solana's going to drop down to 80s, I don't see that. That's a huge 20% drop before it comes back up. I don't see it. I think it's going to go like this. Maybe like to like 90s or 100s or something, if it needs to go down. A lot of times when this resets, it doesn't move. Look at it, like from here. When it was in the 70s and it looks like it was going to reset down, what did it do? It did nothing and went sideways. So very possibly you just see Solana just go sideways like this, and then it starts going upwards. But I think Solana is going to have a huge 2024. Huge. Which platform can you get the cock on in the US? You just need to, it's not on any indexes, man. You need to go on Trader Joe. You need to go on Trader Joe, and then you need to trade AVAX for cock, is what you need to do right there. And you need to connect your wallet. You need to learn how to use your wallet, right? Like MetaMask, you can switch to Avalanche and then transfer some AVAX in there, and that's how you do it. But yeah, they're not looking good right now. They dumped a lot yesterday, but I like cock. They bounced. That was a low point. Now they're bouncing. I like cock. I think they're gonna do well. You know, you can't, as a meme, you can't beat that name. You really can't. What did I miss here? Will P111, I have no idea what you're saying. You're asking if a spooky swap will do well? Yes, probably. Gate won't give crypto money that they owe him. I have no clue about that. Chainlink wants to join the fund. Chainlink has not moved in a long time. They were very, very hot a few months ago. And recently, look at it. Ooh, they've been just going sideways. Since November 8th. Yeah. Since November 8th till now, basically been going sideways. But before then, this was a huge climb right here. But this, man, that was... Since May of 2022 to October, basically sideways. Now it's consolidating a little bit. Yeah, Link. It needs to break out of here. Like, what is that? Link could break out as 17.3, then it's ready to rock. Saga, Solana Mobile. Crypto Saga? I don't know what this is. Is it it's a game token on the mobile phone? I don't know. I don't know enough about it, Randy. Golden Cross on a weekly BTC, yes. Coinbase continues to go up. Man. Don't let Saylor buy up all the Bitcoin out there. Make sure you grab some for yourself. This man is going to keep on buying and buying and buying and buying, and it's not going to stop. Can you show us your cock bag? How do I show you? Cock FUD is painful without KYJ. That's funny. What do you think about Icy, the meme of ICP? I don't like ICP, so I can't. I've not been following it, so I don't know anything about ICP. IC. What's Stabble? It doesn't show up, but I'll look at it. Let's see. The first frictionless exchange protocol powered by Solana. First protocol that eliminates financial losses for all DeFi users by reducing price impact and permanent loss to nearly zero. That's impossible. Orders, the price impact above 0.2% will be split as fractional orders. Give our smart, okay. I mean, that sounds good in theory, but it's still impossible, especially like with memes where there's not enough liquidity and you want to put like 10K in. There's just not enough. The price impact will always be above 0.2%. But it's a good idea in theory. Okay, classic user interface, smart liquidity margin. Okay. I mean, this is the game changer if they can implement this. But again, I don't think it's possible in all situations. Decent idea. 'Hey Tom, I don't know what tweet you're talking about, but 100% for cock in a few minutes. Oh, that's a good bounce right there. That's a good cock bounce right there. Optimism still doing very well. Polygon still doing very well. Arbitrum doing decent. Even ETH is joining in on the fun today. ETH is up about 5%. Who else is doing well today? Bitcoin SV, garbage. Astar, I don't know anything about them. Mina looks promising. They've been up since last night. Rocket Pool, Liquid Staking up. Bitcoin Cash, another trash coin. DYDX. Also within Cosmos now. Right? They're a DeFi play. Lidos, Liquid Staking, Immutables, another chain. I mean, today's actually really good. Look at all the greens. Look at all the greens. Today's a good recovery day. That's why I keep telling you guys last night, even though Bitcoin's down a little bit, some are down like Solana, Avalanche. You know, so, some of these are down, but overall, guys, there should be nothing that should be scaring you guys out of the market right now. 2024 is just going to be absolutely bonkers. Fantastic. So, NMCT, I kept my Momo tokens. Listen to your advice. I sold it this morning for 10x. Hey, congrats. No one ever gets hurt taking profits. Right? That's how it goes. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Overall, today is a pretty good day. You got Bitcoin whales on a buying frenzy. That is not going to stop, including Michael Saylor. Make sure you grab some Bitcoin for yourself, or it's going to be gone. Okay? Load up, stock up, DCA, accumulate. Keep on going, my friends. Bitcoin is going to have a monstrous year in 2024, and nothing is going to stop that. And in addition, same thing with all the crypto projects out there, including the L2s that are very, very hot at this point. All right. Smash out a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.